Arcadian Vanguard presents the Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Tuesday, February 4th, 2025. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with Monday Night Raw, streamed live last night on Netflix from the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in Cleveland. The show ended with a sneak attack by Kevin Owens on Sami Zayn, including a package piledriver from Owens to end the show.
But for Zayn, the frustration has to set in because, you know, the road to WrestleMania again. Oh, wait a minute! Kevin Owens attacking Zayn from behind. What the hell is he doing here? He's all banged up, beat up because of the ladder match with Cody Rhodes, and now he's out here beating the hell out of Sami Zayn.
The hell's attacking Sami Zayn for?
No, come on, Kevin, not this, not again. Stop this, damn it, stop that. A package pile driver by Kevin Owens to Sami Zayn. This deranged, this dangerous, this delusional Kevin Owens.
The attack came at the conclusion of the main event, which saw Zayn lose to CM Punk in a qualifying match for the Men's Elimination Chamber. In a qualifying match for the Women's Elimination Chamber, Liv Morgan defeated Io Sky by disqualification when Rhea Ripley got involved by going after Morgan. Prior to the match, Sky had been jumped backstage by Morgan. In the opening segment, an emotional Jey Uso talked about his Royal Rumble victory before being confronted by World Champion Gunther, who warned Uso not to challenge him at WrestleMania.
But Gunther, I'm telling you this, Us. Whoever I choose, I'm walking into WrestleMania as a 2025 Royal Rumble winner. But I guarantee you, Gunther, I'm walking out of WrestleMania as main event Jey Uso, and it will be as champion. Yeet.
Charlotte Flair, the Women's Royal Rumble winner, was similarly confronted during an in-ring promo by World Women's Champion Rhea Ripley. In other results, New Day defeated Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio, and Penta pinned Ludwig Kaiser. After the match, Kaiser attacked Penta, who was distracted by Pete Dunne. In more WWE-related news, WWE stars Charlotte Flair and Andrade have gotten divorced, as was reported yesterday by TMZ. The company reportedly separated last October, although it was not reported at the time. It was Flair who filed for the divorce, according to Mike Johnson. Flair and Andrade were married in May of 2022. In legal news, the lawsuit against WWE, TKO, Vince and Linda McMahon regarding alleged sexual abuse of underage boys will be allowed to continue, according to Mike Johnson. The lawsuit, which pertains to the alleged ring boy scandal of the 1980s and 90s, in which WWF road agents and executives were implicated in the sexual harassment and abuse of ring attendants, some of whom were underage, had been held up by potential statute of limitation laws. However, because the Supreme Court of Maryland, where the suit was filed, upheld the state's Child Victims Act, statute of limitations regulations have been waived and there are no time limits for filing civil lawsuits related to child sexual abuse. The suit had been placed on hold last December. In ratings news, the Royal Rumble Go Home episode of SmackDown last Friday drew a viewership of 1.578 million to USA Network, according to WrestleNomics. That's an increase from the previous week's audience of 1.455 million. It also marks the largest audience for the show since November. The rating in the 18 to 49-year-old demographic was a .51, also up from the previous week's demo rating of .44. And in news from Japan, New Japan's Road to the New Beginning tour stopped inside Korakuen Hall on Monday. In the main event, El Phantasmo successfully defended the New Japan World Television title against former champion Jeff Cobb. New Japan President Hiroshi Tanahashi also made an appearance on the undercard, defeating Daiki Nagai. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, Just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.